It is Thursday, 6th of April 2023. My name is Denis Oringi, and 15 minutes past the hour of 7 a.m. You're most welcome for the show, the Kokoliriko show that comes your way every Monday through Friday. And I am here. Denis Oringi is my name. If you're catching us live from different parts of this country, we do appreciate you very much and welcome you. Are you aware that today is a holy day, and it is called Holy Thursday? And according to the Catholics, they also name it to be the Maundy Thursday right there. So it is called Maundy Thursday, also called Holy Thursday and Sheer Thursday. So those three words are used to describe the day today. And why are we calling it Maundy Thursday or Holy Thursday or Sheer Thursday? So it is a Thursday before Easter, for your information if you do not know, and it is observed in commemoration of Jesus Christ's institution of Eucharist during the Last Supper. So that is what you need to know in regards to Maundy Thursday. For the Catholics, I have to give you a reading that will be taken, or readings that will be taken today during the evening, Mass that will be celebrated. And in that Mass, we witness, the washing of the feet by the priests or the bishops. And so the first reading is taken from the book of Exodus chapter that is 12, 1 to 8, and then you will be able to jump to 11 to 14, and then the responsorial psalm is taken from that is Psalm 116 from 12 to that is 13, and then you'll jump to 15 to 16, and then 17 to 18 right there. Then the second reading is taken from the 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 23 to 26, and then a verse before the gospel is taken from John chapter 13 verse 34, and then the gospel reading is taken from the book of John chapter 13 verse 1 to 15 right there for you. So today it is a Holy Thursday, and there will be a Mass celebrated in the Catholic Church. I do not know what happens in Anglican Church, and I have to let you know that I think it is also observed in the same way, much as how the days observed might be a little bit very different. But for the Catholic, the faith that I belong to, you have to know that it is a Holy Thursday, and the Mass will be celebrated here in Arua Diocese, in Nebi Diocese, in different parish centers. There will be Masses that will be celebrated right there. So get time to be part of the Maundy Thursday, and also you have to know that it marks the Triduum, the 4 days to the Easter. So today Thursday, and tomorrow is going to be Good Friday, and then Saturday will be Holy Saturday, and also Sunday being the Easter Sunday, and then Monday being the Easter Monday right there. So that is something that you need to know this morning, as you will be going to your various workplaces. And I have also been told that there are some people who have gone for what we call the Easter break starting today. Tomorrow being Good Friday, it will be a public holiday, and no offices will be closed, no schools, and so learners will be home, and the officers will also be home, joining the rest of the Christians in commemorating the suffering of our Lord Jesus Christ. So today being the Holy Thursday, it's going to be the day that our Lord Jesus Christ had his Last Supper with the disciples right there. And today I am not a preacher. I am here to let you know what you need to know. And do not forget that after Easter Monday, 11th, 12th, and 13th, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be in Western Sub-region. So he will be here in Arua on 11th and 12th, and the 12th will be the day that he will be able to have the public rally talking about wealth creation and shared prosperity as the theme for his presidential tour. And remember, last month, about one President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was in a Asholi sub-region. So, and that is something that you need to know, and I have to bring to your attention in regards to the coming of the president to this region. Dear viewer, you need to know that in regards to the coming of the President of the Republic of Uganda, 34 years down the road, you have to know that we still look for those successful farmers that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is supposed to come and visit. And so that is something that has really surprised me. For your information, are you aware that the resident district commissioners and also some leaders are really, moving around to look for those farmers that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni can visit their farm? Up to this time, we are still running around, and I thought that as a region, as Western region, we should be having farmers ready to be visited. No, it doesn't need the resident district commissioners or the resident city commissioners to be running around, driving around to look for a farmer or to look for farmers that will be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Since we have been in this government for all these years, I expected us now to have the farms ready, right from the gateway to Westnile, from Pakwash district, Nebi district, as the president drives through if he is going to drive or if he is going to be brought using the chopper. And then as soon as he lands at Arua airfield or Arua airport, he should be able to get gardens around there, because the other part of Vaivu, there's still vast land that can be used for agriculture. So that tells you that there are very few people who are really getting into who are into real agricultural activities. If the resident district commissioners are having a tireless time to move up and down to look for those farmers that can be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. For your information, one has to drive up to Zeu to go and get that farmer who will be visited by the President of the Republic of Uganda. And in Nebi, one has to drive up to the other side of Erusi to that particular farmer that can be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. What about in Pakwash? Somebody has to drive all the way from Pakwash town up to Wadilai to get that farmer who is implementing what the President of the Republic of Uganda always talk about, and that is the 4-acre model. So that also tells you whether people are really putting into practice what President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni always communicate to us in regards to embracing commercial agriculture. And remember, agriculture is the backbone for our country, Uganda. And so if the agriculture is the backbone for our country, Uganda, why should we drive around looking for that specific that particular farmer who should be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni? So I think we need a soul searching at this particular time as we await for the coming of the President of the Republic of Uganda in regards to identifying the farmers who should be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I thought that by this particular time in point, we should be able to have the farmers ready, even if we have 5 farmers in a row to be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I thought that would be the case, but I do know that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni might be able to have a busy schedule, and he needs to meet specific farmers in their farms. And so we are waiting to see who are these farmers who are implementing, and as Western Television, we shall also be able to profile those farmers. Unfortunately, their list have not yet been disclosed by the security a team who are in charge of identifying these farmers, where exactly they are located, because in Greater Nebi, 2 farmers should be identified and should be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni if he comes to the region next week. And then in the Greater Arua, 2 farmers also have to be identified, and then President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be able to visit them. And then the Madi sub-region as well, 2 farmers need to be identified, and it is up to the leaders of the Madi sub-region to either identify farmers or a farmer, and if they want something to be commissioned by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni or to be visited by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, it is upon them to really organize. It is quite unfortunate I have not had any facilities that will be commissioned by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. When his news of coming to the region came out in the first week of March last month, some people were saying that President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni will be able to commission the road that was constructed under Usmid here in Arua City, and I do not know whether that will be possible, because President will be able to have a business schedule right there. And remember, last month, the contractor of the school road that was constructed under Usmid, the rush to replace the battery for the solar panels that are lighting up the streets that have been constructed by China Railway Construction Company, supervised by Arua City engineers. And so I believe that this time around the commissioning of the road will be done because the road has never been commissioned, but it is already in use. What other facilities do we have in the region that might be commissioned by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni? I do not know. Maybe Yumbe mango fruit factory, but I have been told that Yumbe mango fruit factory is still under construction, and so I do not know which facility in particular will be commissioned by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So that is something that you need to know right there. So dear viewer, let's get to some of the stories that we were able to prepare for you. And for those who missed the Nilecast yesterday night, I have to tell you that the stories will be repeated right at this particular time in point, so that you get to know what exactly transpired right there. So dear viewer, you need to know that the residents of Arua City yesterday, they were able to have interface with the Inspector General of Government, Betty Olive Kamia, who is the head of the Inspectorate of Government that is charged with the responsibility of fighting corruption in this country called Uganda. So you have to know that Inspectorate of Government was enacted by Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, set up to really fight corruption. And so if my producer can really give us some of the highlights from the visit of the Inspector General of Government, Betty Olive Kamia, who was here in Arua City yesterday for a corruption baraza, where members of the public were able to raise corruption issues, and they were able to ask questions and also comment on how corruption is being fought in this country called Uganda. Let's take a look, and we shall be able to bounce back after listening to those who were able to give in the submission from the highlights that were able to cut from the visit of the Inspector General of Government. My name is Denis Oringi. It is Kokoliriko Show. Good morning.
And that's behind where the DJ is. But just to confirm to you that at this particular point, we blessed that we are ministers. We have our biggest guest of the day, our beloved IGG, Right Honorable Betty Olive. This is how we receive people in Arua. We normally clap until when we feel we can clap. We clap no more. That is very important. Let's stand up. Let's keep clapping as you.
This is money which is lawfully allocated as a grant to go down to the people that we serve, to the various wards and up to the cells. For over very many years, I cannot tell, this money has been ignored. The 30% grant that is supposed to be given from the city council to the division councils.
I'm asking the IGG to put civil service among the top 10 and have it properly investigated.
In a court where you may register a case sincerely and seriously with tears, just because you don't have the money, the one you register a case with is rich, you realize that your case will be down, and that who has the money will win the case. So, for that, who has the money will win the case. So, for that, IGG, look at this seriously.
All right, that is the highlights that we can really bring to your attention in regards to the coming of the Inspector General of Government, the IGG, Betty Olive Kamia, to Arua City. And so those are some of the issues that were raised by different people who were able to have time to speak. And we believe that her coming back after 3 months with the reports that she will be able to compile in regards to the submissions that were given by the residents of Arua City in as far as fighting corruption is concerned, the corruption issues. But you have to know that earlier on in the morning yesterday, the IGG was able to visit Arua Regional Referral Hospital, and when she was touring the hospital, 2 volunteers attached to the hospital were arrested after they were accused of extortion of money, and the suspects identified as Mongoshi Gladys, and that is Manjede Nancy, an enrolled nurse and a midwife, respectively, are volunteers at Arua Regional Referral Hospital in the maternity ward department, and that is something that you need to know right now. The arrest follows the complaints raised to the Inspector General of Government, Betty Oliver Kamia by Ndaro Daisy, a patient who was asked to pay 70,000 shillings to undergo surgery in the maternity ward. And so, and Adania Margaret, who is attending to her daughter, all in the maternity ward. Adania told the Inspector General of Government that the 2 were extorting money from her on a daily basis to attend to her patients, yet she thought services were free since it is a government institution. And so that is according to this particular person who has accused those duo for really extorting money from them. I think this is just a tip of iceberg in as far as issues to do with extortion of money at Arua Regional Referral Hospital is concerned. And this is not the first time that we are hearing about this from Arua Regional Referral Hospital. I do not know what needs to be done. Either the hospital has to be cleaned up. I do not know. Maybe let's wait for the reports from the Inspector General of Government. What will she be able to recommend in regards to what is happening at Arua Regional Referral Hospital in as far as corruption is concerned? And you have to know that the same Arua Regional Referral Hospital last year an ambulance was stolen, and up to now we do not know where the ambulance has been taken. I think the ambulance was stolen in 2021. I beg to be corrected right there. And then so up to now the ambulance has not yet been got, but I have been told that court has taken up on this particular matter, and there are people, the suspects who are really, answering cases of, answering questions in regards to the stolen hospital ambulance. Apart from the hospital ambulance, there are also other items belonging to Arua Regional Referral Hospital that have been reported to have been stolen. And you have to know that the former hospital director is also answering charges before that is the Parliamentary Account Committee, central government, who that is on course of finding out what exactly transpired, more especially with COVID-19 money. And we have heard that the hospital used an extra amount of money of 500 million in regards to maintaining and keeping patients at Arua Regional Referral Hospital during the time that the country was hit hard by COVID-19. So the reports shall also be availed to the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda in regards to the audit query that were raised by the Office of the Auditor General, or the Auditor General in his, that is the audit report that was tabled on the floor of Parliament on 30th of December 2022 in regards to the financial year 2021-2022. And dear viewers who are catching us live within Arua City, get interested to understand how money is being lost right here in Arua City, and get to the Auditor General's report, and you'll be able to understand what we are talking about here, and you shall be able to understand what corruption is all about. And a lot of money is being diverted in these local governments, ministries, departments, and agencies of government that we have in this country. So you remember, this money is taxpayers' money. It is your money. It is my money. It is our money. And so it is you and I to see how we can really, task the leaders to account for some of the monies that they do request, and what is it that these people are using the money for. And yesterday's New Vision, for your information, has list of public officers who are supposed to refund money, according to the Inspector General of Government. So get interested in yesterday's paper, and you will be able to get familiar names right here, there, and in Arua. We shall also be able to produce the names of those public officers who have been named by the Inspector General of Government in regards to corruption, and how much they are supposed to refund to, that is the government of the Republic of Uganda. So that will also feature in our Kokoliriko show, maybe tomorrow, as my producer will be working on the list and the amount of money that they're supposed to pay, because it is a public document, and you need to know who are these public officers and how much do they owe the citizens of this country in regards to mismanagement of public funds right there. My name is Denis Oringi, 35 minutes past the hour over 7 a.m. right here, and then apparently 25 minutes to the top of the hour over 8 a.m. on Westnile television. Let us get to more stories that we have for you right this morning that you have to do that on Tuesday. The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Grace Freedom Kyushin, was able to table on the floor of Parliament reports about the implementation of the just concluded Northern Uganda Action Fund 3, and the government is looking forward to also securing another loan for the implementation of NOSAF 4, that the paperwork is on course, and very soon the cabinet will be able to approve, and the Parliament also will be able to really approve the loan request for the implementation of the Northern Uganda Social Action Fund NOSAF 4. And we have to know that this Northern Uganda Social Action Fund 3 that was implemented for 5 years was a World Bank IDA loan of $130 million, and it became effective in 2016. The project development objective was to provide effective income support to and build the resilience of poor and vulnerable households in Northern Uganda. And I believe that the project was able also to change the lives of people. Yes, some people might say that the project under NOSAF we are not able to change the lives of the people, but at least some achievements have been got in as far as NOSAF 3 is concerned. Let us listen to the report that was tabled on the floor of Parliament by the State Minister for Northern Uganda, whose docket NOSAF 3 felt, and she was in charge of providing the political oversight right there. And the project was technically being executed under the leadership of the State Minister for Northern Uganda, and the technical person who was in charge was Dr. Lim right there. So let's listen to the State Minister for Northern Uganda as she was able to present the NOSAF 3 report on the floor of Parliament.
On the Northern Uganda Social Action Fund. Uganda Social Action Fund is an affirmative action, and it is financed by World Bank, committed to address high poverty levels and socioeconomic disparities in the greater Northern Uganda. NOSAF 1 and 2 focused on infrastructure development, while NOSAF 3 focused on support to households. And NOSAF 3 ended in June 2021. NOSAF was implemented, and it focused on a number of activities. This included agriculture and animal husbandry, fish farming, environment conservation, trade and value addition, water and roads. Having implemented that, a number of achievements were registered, bearing in mind that this was targeting the real grassroots households. And this included increased household income and assets like livestock, poultry, bicycle, radio, mobile phones, beddings, kitchen facilities, solar lighting and roofing materials, and increased household food security, and increased household savings. So following the registered achievements, Cabinet in January 2022 authorized the Office of the Prime Minister, together with the Minister of Finance, to design NUSA 4. It is proposed that NUSA 4 will have a sub-regional focus and will support sustainable livelihood and shock-responsive interventions to build household resilience. The project will target the 39% of poor households in the subsistence economy. NUSA 4 is estimated to cost $220 million as loan and $40 million to $50 million as grant, and it will cover Westnile, Acholi, Lango, Teso, Karamoja, Bukedi, Elgon, Bunyoro, and Busoga. We have announcements. Number 1 is sustainable livelihood support component. Number 2 is strengthening safety net for enhanced resilience and human development component. Number 3 is transformational delivery system component. And it is envisaged is going to complement parish development model, especially in these areas. Number 1, production, storage, processing, and marketing. This is pillar 1. Enhancing financial inclusion. This is pillar 3. Enhancing mindset change. This is pillar 5. And management information system. Pillar 6. The progress so far made is that there has been established an interministerial committee to design the NUSA 4, and we have a number of ministries involved. OPP submitted the NUSA 4 project concept, profile, and pre-feasibility study to the Development Committee of the Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance wrote to the World Bank on 3rd in preparation for external borrowing for NUSA 4. World Bank has facilitated 4 design missions for their technical team to jointly work with the government. Consultations were made with some district chairpersons, RDCs, chief administrative officers, NRM chairpersons, and we plan to have consultations with members of parliament. And we are going to review the aid memo and the proposed funds flow. We have negotiations between Government of Uganda and World Bank. We have World Bank board approval. We have cabinet approval. We have approval of parliament, and we have full-scale implementation. All these are planned to take place between now in April up to July, when we have full-scale implementation. We should have actually designed NUSA 4 when NUSA 3 was still running, but it was not possible. The next challenge is limited resources and reduction in overall resource envelope for affirmative action, and this tremendously slowed down the consultative process. And included in the proposed budget for financial year 2023-2024, and also given the enthusiasm and eagerness of the people and their leaders for NUSA 4, we pray the program will be better implemented once we take off, for the benefit of our people getting out of poverty. Once we take off, for the benefit of our people getting out of poverty.
All right, you have listened to the presentation made by the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Honorable Kuyushin Grace Freedom, in regards to the implementation of NUSA 3, and then also what is in the pipeline for NOSAF 4 right there. And so you have had of the regions that will be benefiting from NOSAF 4 if will be approved by Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. So that is going to be a loan and also a grant right there. So around 200 million US dollar as loan, and then around 40 to 50 million US dollar that will be a grant. And so that will also really, help to fight poverty if it will be properly implemented, like the phases of the NOSAF that we had. Remember, we had the PRDP, NOSAF 1, NOSAF 2, and then NOSAF 3, got concluded. That is in 2021, in June, right there. So that is something that you need to know. Let's get to what is happening in Kenya. Right there, the opposition leader in Kenya, Raila Odinga, has warned that if government did not take the demands of opposition seriously, they would go for fresh protest right there. So the veteran presidential candidate added that demonstrations could resume if there was no progress to the opposition's demand. Joseph Jurua compiled for us that report, and let us listen to what it is in the report in regards to the politics in our neighboring Kenya.
Raila Odinga has called for parties outside parliament to be involved in talks on electoral reform and the high cost of living. The Kenyan opposition leader's call is at odds with President William Ruto's plan for negotiations to be held only within parliament. On Tuesday, Odinga warned of a fresh protest if the government did not take demands of the opposition seriously. If the government did not take the demands of the opposition seriously. For 2 weeks, hundreds took part in 3 opposition marches, causing some unrest and chaos across the East African country, all of which turned violent. The protests left 1 police officer and 4 protesters dead. The rising cost of living is also among the issues the opposition want government to address. President William Ruto on Monday asked senior lawmakers from his coalition to give top priority to the opposition's grievances. During a visit to Kigali on Tuesday, the Kenyan president reiterated his position for the talks to be held within parliament in a bipartisan manner. The veteran presidential candidate warned that demonstrations could resume if there is no progress to the opposition's demands, which also include an audit of the elections. Religious groups had urged the government and opposition to give dialogue a chance to prevent the country from descending into post-election violence that left more than 1,200 people dead in 2007. Joseph Chura, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
All right, I will be back. You have listened to that particular report from that is Kenya in regards to the relationship between Raila Odinga, Omolo, and together with the president of Kenya, William Ruto, right there. And so the two were able to shake hands again. And so we expect, some improvement in Kenya in regards to the social welfare of the people, not to continue to have the protest on the streets of Kenya right there. Let us get to more stories that we have for you this morning. Remember, for around 3 days, 2 to 3 days, the leader of opposition of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Mathias Mpuga, was in Western sub-region, and he was able to tour the region right from Germany. And yesterday, up to around 10:30, they concluded it right here in Arua City. So there was a meeting that was late in the night, and the meeting started from around 9 to 10, and where the opposition members of Arua City were able to have a meeting with the leader of opposition, who is in Westnile, touring the region, also to have his facts in regards to Westnile, because as leader of opposition, he should be able to know what is happening in all the regions in this country, because they provide what we call the alternative solutions to the problems that we do have in the region. And their findings sometimes are used also by the government in power to see how they can really change things right there. So the abandoned projects in Westnile shocked Mpuga, who is the leader of opposition, and yesterday he was able to disclose a number of issues, and more of that will be coming in our subsequent news bulletin that we shall also be able to bring to your attention what the leader of opposition was able to find in Westnile in regards to development issues that we have in this region. And he was able to launch what we call the prayer and fasting for development issues that we have in this region, and he urged those in opposition to pray for the country, and that is according to what leader of opposition Mathias Mpuga said right there to the opposition leaders that we do have right here in Westnile in their meeting that they had late in the night yesterday night. He was able to tour the district of Ajumani, Moyo Obongi, Terego. Remember, he wrote officially to the chief administrative officers of these districts because he has that, permission for him to move around the country, and he's like the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda if he was in the government in power. But unfortunately, or fortunate enough, he is a leader of opposition. He has that same, opportunities, and also he has the leeway to do things in this country, to tour the whole country, and that is according to what the law tells us. And so he has also been given, the security details that he needs for himself to execute his duty as leader of opposition. And so what he's doing is legal, not illegal, and that is why the police could not disturb him, because he's also being protected by the VIP, counter-terrorism police, and that's why he had the meeting successfully in the night without any interference. So what did he get in Westnile? So the leader of opposition in parliament, Honorable Mathias Mpuga, has expressed shock upon a discovery of abandoned public projects, but with a little effort from the leadership to recover public funds right there. And so Mpuga, who is with a section of opposition members of parliament on an oversight visit to Westnile region on Tuesday, 4th April 2023, made spot checks on road construction projects, schools, and a health center in Ajumani and Moyo districts. Most shocking for the members of parliament is Dufele Seed Secondary School, where government put about 2.1 billion for construction of classrooms, computer and science laboratories, and staff quarters, among others. According to the school's head teacher, Edward Okudi, the contractor, Ashoro United Traders Limited, abandoned the project and locked some of the classrooms and staff quarters, accusing government of failure to pay. And this is happening right here in Westnile. 2.1 billion seed secondary school project in Dufele, that is the other side of Moyo, abandoned by the contractor. And we bury our heads in the sand, and we hope things are all right. But I have to tell you that the issues that the government need to look into, and I believe that the coming of the President of the Republic of Uganda will be able to cause some changes here in the region. And the people in Madi sub-region, if you can interest the President of the Republic of Uganda to visit this particular seed secondary school that has been visited by the leader of the opposition, the Dufile Seed Secondary School, where government decided to put 2.1 billion, but as we talk right now, the contractor decided to lock the classrooms, the computer and the science laboratories and staff quarters that have not been completed because the government has failed to pay the money. And it's quite unfortunate. So the former Obongi County Member of Parliament, Caps Asan Fungaro, cited a need for transparency and accountability in government projects to ensure good service delivery and development. And this reminds me of Atego Seed Secondary School in Nebi District, that the contractor was not able to do the right job. And when the LC5 chairperson came in after the demise of the former LC5 chairperson, some of the structures were raised down and the new one were constructed because of shoddy work. And I believe that the district leadership of Moyo, where this school is located. I believe it is in Moyo, Dufile. If it is in Germany, then I beg to be corrected right there. So the leadership should really take charge. And this reminds me of also of Pawar City Secondary School in Madiokolo, where the contractor decided to abandon the construction of the Pawar City Secondary School. According to the scope of the project, some structures were not put up, yet the government was able to commit the money, billions of money, for your information, for the construction of Pawar City Secondary School. And nobody seems to bother about what happened at Pawar City Secondary School. And I want the leadership that we have in this region to get interested in finding out what exactly happened. Why did the contractors, two contractors, were given the contract of constructing Pawar City Secondary School, that is ONA level school, but some structures are not in existence, and some classrooms have been turned to be dormitory for those who are really seeking education in this country. And this is quite unfortunate. And the leader of opposition did say that what he has observed in Westnile makes him shed tears in regards to the quality of education that the children who are in this region are receiving compared to the children who are studying in Kampala and other big towns that we have in this country. And he says, he wonders why the same examinations are being set for the same learners who are also in this region and other regions. He says that the education system needs to change in its, what we call examining, and also qualify the learners that we do have in our country, Uganda. He says that there's unbalanced development, according to what he was able to observe during his visit to some of the districts that are here in Westnile. And so that is something that you need to know in regards to the coming of the leader of the opposition to Westnile sub-region in regards to his oversight role, together with other opposition members of parliament who took time to come to Westnile sub-region. And I believe with the coming of the President of the Republic of Uganda, there are memorandum that is being worked on, and that will be presented to the President of the Republic of Uganda in regards to the development agenda of the region. Is really concerned, and people are writing different literature in regards to the coming of the President of the Republic of Uganda, and some of the literature work can also be got on different platforms. Dear viewer, you have to know that 3 minutes to 8 I'm right on Western Television. You are watching Western TV, Kokoliriko Show. My name is Denis, where we discuss social, economic, and political issues here in West Nile, and also we dive into the political issues that we have in our country, Uganda, and so that you get acquainted with the issues that you have in your own country, so that it doesn't sound like a shock to you, like the shock that the leader of opposition was able to get in regards to development projects that have been abandoned in our districts that we have here in Western sub-region. And I believe that the coming of the leader of opposition will bring blessings to those who are staying in some of the districts that he was able to visit right there. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we still have more for you. And do not forget that we have the opinion poll question right there for you, is IGG on course in fighting corruption after the ordering of the arrest of the two health workers who are volunteering with the Arua Regional Referral Hospital on the accusation of extortion of money from patients who are seeking health services from Arua Regional Referral Hospital, which is a government hospital, because they have been told that services at the government health facilities are free, but to their shock, they are being asked to pay money for that they are worked on. And so is IGG on course in fighting corruption after ordering for the arrest of the two health workers who are volunteering with the Arua Regional Referral Hospital? Drop your comments and we shall be able to sample your comments right there. Thank you very much. Those who are catching us live on YouTube, Western Television is our YouTube handle right there. Make sure that you subscribe first, and then other stories and other live shows will be coming your way each and every time that we go live on YouTube. You will just get a notification, and that is the beauty of subscribing to Westnile Television YouTube page as well. You can like our page that is on Facebook, and you can also go to our Twitter handle, Westnile Television, and you can also follow the conversations that we always bring to you on our Twitter handle. As Denis Oringi, you can as well go to my Twitter handle, Denis Oringi, Francis11 right there, and so that is the handle, and you follow me, and we continue with the conversations that we always have right there. And you can as well follow me on Facebook, my private Facebook page, that is Oringi Denis, as we continue with the conversation on some of the issues that we need to bring to your attention as well. So it is exactly 8 a.m. all here on Westnile Television. Let's go for a break, and when we come back, we still have more for you on what is happening at the national scene that you need to know this morning before maybe you get shocked by what is happening here in Westnile and what's happening in our country, Uganda. Good morning.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon channel for best children entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Mercula TV and football all around the world. Simply make weekly or monthly subscription and enjoy upgrade to the next bouquet. For classic or super bouquet customers, subscribe for a month and enjoy 5 days extra. Family time with Star Times. Star Times is regulated by UCC.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
Well, we're back. You're still watching Westnile Television here on Westnile TV. My name is Denis Oringi. Let us get to what is happening at the national scene. We go to Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, Thomas Tayebwa, has expressed dissatisfaction over the absence of ministers from plenary sessions. And this is not the first time that we are hearing the speakers of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda getting disappointed with the ministers we have in this country in regards to attending the plenary sessions always at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Tayebwa, who presided over the plenary sitting on Wednesday yesterday, 5th April 2023, called it a shame for ministers whose items appeared on the order paper to fail to show up. What are they doing? Is what the Deputy Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda is asking. He says that he indicated that there might be a need to engage the appointing authority over the issue of absent ministers, which has become a growing concern in Parliament. And so the ministers who do not want to attend plenary sessions, please stay warned, according to the Deputy Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, more especially those that their items appear on the order paper. You should always appear. Remember, the order papers are always shared, and we shall also be able to read some of the people who never appeared to respond to some of the items that have been put against their name in as far as the plenary sessions are really concerned. And so Tayebwa said the House could explore the possibility of referring the matter of the absentee ministers to the Committee on Rules, Privileges and Discipline. I think this is not the first time that we are hearing the speakers of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda barking, like barking dogs that do not bite. And this is not the first time we are hearing about the ministers of this country shunning the plenary sessions, not attending at all. And yesterday's plenary session was a worst one. Few members of parliament out of 500 plus members of parliament that we have in our country, and they could not reach even 100, for your information, because I was able to follow the parliamentary session yesterday, and I was also shocked, like the Deputy Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, and I was asking myself, where are the members of parliament? They are not here in the constituencies. Where are they? Why are they not able even to go to Parliament to present on the issues that are really affecting the people, that we have in this country? The matter of national importance need to be raised by these members of Parliament. We have Parliament of the Republic of Uganda to really, as an assembly house that is supposed to, discuss issues that are affecting, whether negatively or positively, the lives of the people in this country. We would all go to Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, but the law of this country requires that we vote in people who are supposed to represent us. Now, the people who have been voted are not able even to get up to raise matters of national importance. Then it's quite unfortunate. And then what needs to be done? 2026 is coming, so we leave it to the wananchi, the voters, to make a decision and take stock of this. Very soon they are going to release, that is the report cards for the members of Parliament and the ministers, and so you will be able to know very well how your member of Parliament is performing at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. And for us, we shall be able to broadcast some of those report cards as they will be availed. And remember, whatever happens at Parliament, they always take stock of. And for those who always miss parliamentary session, there is a Parliament Hansard that you are able to follow the conversation, who has said what, which words were said by who, on what issues exactly. So the Parliamentary Hansard gives you details, information about the business that do take place at Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Let's shift gear and get to DPP sanctions corruption charges against Minister Kitutu to appear in court. And this is the information that is coming through at this particular point in time, that Ms. Kitutu, who is said to be in police custody, is accused of failing to deliver iron sheets and other relief items meant for Karamoja, and some of which she allegedly diverted to non-intended beneficiaries, including her close relatives. And that is the issue that Minister Kitutu, who is the minister in charge of Karamoja affairs, is facing now in regards to the Karamoja iron sheets. And I have to tell you that today's Daily Monitor has released the names of the ministers who were able to partake the share from the Karamoja iron sheets. In today's list, some of the ministers' name have not featured, meaning that the IGG was able to, to verify, and they have produced their own reports in regards to Karamoja iron sheet. So for those who are interested, you have to know that some of the ministers that you are implicating and you are accusing, they have been set free, and their names have not appeared among the names of those ministers who have been implicated in the Karamoja iron sheet saga. So get interested to read today's Daily Monitor, and you'll be able to get a full list of those that were able to partake the share of Karamoja iron sheets right there. And so there are some ministers who are only written to by the IGG to to give accountability for the iron sheets that they were able to receive under their docket. So remember, the Office of the Prime Minister housed many affirmative ministries. We have ministry in charge of Karamoja, we have ministry in charge of Northern Uganda, we have ministry in charge of Bunyoro affair, we have ministry that is in charge of, in charge of Teso, we have ministry in charge of, that is, other affirmative regions that we do have in this country. So those ministers, they are all housed under the Office of the Prime Minister. And so some of those ministers who were written to by the Inspector General of Government to account for their relief items, they were able to provide accountability. And I believe that their names have not reappeared again, according to the IGG, in the daily paper, the dailies of today, and that is the Daily Monitor. So you have to know that either they have been found innocent in regards to Karamoja iron sheets. So remember, the investigators are investigating Karamoja iron sheets, Karamoja relief items, not items meant for other ministries. So if there are issues in regards to relief items meant for other affirmative ministries, then it should be a different case, not a case that has to be, brought into the issues to do with the Karamoja iron sheets. And remember, last week, the State Minister for Northern Uganda was able to make it categorically clear that the iron sheets she received under our docket were not Karamoja iron sheets. They were iron sheets meant for Northern Uganda, and she was able to deliver the iron sheets to the people who requested for the iron sheets, especially according to what the the guidelines stipulates. And these iron sheets were requested by ministers, by members of parliament, by district leaders, the chief administrative officers, by churches, by mosques, to be supported with the iron sheets. And these iron sheets were delivered. And as you did follow on one of the stories that we were able to broadcast in regards to this particular iron sheets, you were able to saw those iron sheets being delivered to different district headquarters that we have in northern Uganda in regards to iron sheets meant for northern Uganda right there. Let's shift the gear from the issue of Minister Kitutu to appear in court today. Let's get to that is Uganda Business and Technical Education Examination Board has cancelled examinations of 94 candidates over malpractice, and that's according to UBTEB right there. So Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board has cancelled results of 94 candidates who sat for their exams in November and December 2022 over alleged involvement in malpractices. And then Onesimus Oyesije, who is the executive secretary of the board, said this was done in accordance with Section 9, subsection 3 of the Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board regulations that bar learners from engaging in malpractices. Now, in the same vein, Ms. Janet Museveni, who is the Minister of Education and Sports in this country, who was represented by State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. Chrysostom Muyingo, strongly condemned the vice of malpractice that is really taking up in our education institutions in regards to the examinations that are being carried out in our country, Uganda. Concerning the performance, you have to know that out of the total of 72,247 candidates, 21,641 female and 50,606 male who registered for end program and modular assessments, 66,000 that is 954, representing that is 92.7%, turned up for examination, while 5,293, representing 7.3%, were absent in one or more modules. 34,700, and that is 36, representing 48%, registered to end of module assessment, and 37,511, representing 52% of end of program examination. And so that is something that you need to know in regards to Uganda Business and Technical Examination Board cancelling, that is the results of 94 candidates of malpractice that they have registered in regards to the UBTEB examination and results right over there. And so in regards to examination, also you have to know that the registration for 2023 UNEB candidate starts. For your information, so make sure that your child who is in P7, your child who is in Senior 4, your child who is in Senior 6 get registered for UNEB for this year 2023. And so primary and secondary school across the country have started the process of registering of candidates slated to sit the 2023 end of cycle Uganda National Examinations Board UNEB right there. So according to UNEB, the registration of candidates slated to sit primary examination, that is primary living examinations, Uganda Certificate of Education and Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education started on April 1st. So the spokesperson of UNEB, Jennifer Kalule, said that the registration is slated to run for 2 months ending May 31st. So for our parents, for our school administrators, make sure that you register these learners. And this is something that you need to know here, that according to her, the registration fees have been maintained at 34,000 for PLE, 164,000 for UCE, and 186,000 for USE for privately sponsored learners. Let me repeat this. For privately sponsored learners, for those who will be sitting PLE, they will be paying 34,000 only. And this is supposed to go very, very well. To those schools that are found of cheating our parents and our learners in regards to examination fee. And so if your child is privately sponsored, he or she will be able to pay 34,000 for PLE, and then for UCE, the person will be able to pay 164,000, and then 186,000 for UACE for privately sponsored learners. So we have learners who are being sponsored by government, and these learners are not supposed to pay anything. So if we hear that the government school is getting money from pupils for UNED in P7, Senior 4 and Senior 6, then I am urging the learners and the parents, please report these issues to police so that the school administrators are really, handled properly. They are handled properly. You understand what I'm trying to mean here? They are handled properly. And so let us not cheat the learners. Private learners, you will pay 34 if you're in P7. If you're in Senior 4, you will pay 164. If you're in Senior 6, you will be able to pay 186. Meanwhile, those that are being sponsored by government, you are not supposed to pay anything in regards to your NEB fee. Government of the Republic of Uganda has a goodwill for you, and the government has cleared that. And so you just go to school and study. Let the school not to disturb you when it comes to examination fee. And that is something I felt this morning I should be able to bring to your attention. 15 minutes past the hour over 8 a.m. right here on Western Television. Let's go back to our opinion poll question for this morning in regards to the Inspector General of Government ordering for the arrest of the two health workers who are volunteering at Arua Regional Referral Hospital, who have been reported for that is extorting money from the patients who go to seek services from Arua Regional Referral Hospital. And therefore we do ask, is IGG on course in as far as fighting corruption is concerned? So what are your take on this matter? So arresting these two health workers, does it mean that the IGG is seriously fighting corruption? What about other issues that we have in this country in regards to corruption? Have they done enough? You can share your thoughts with us, and we shall be able to sample your thought right there. And more story in regards to the visit of the IGG and some of the issues that were raised, and her response to some of the issues will be coming in our Nilecast in the evening today at 7 p.m. So do not really forget to catch us right there. So let's get Awusa Fredox, who he says that that is not right because corruption is all about you and me and the love for your country. But my thoughts is that IGG is just enforcing what is supposed to be done by the citizens. Thanks for the show, and thank you very much, Awusa Fredox, for the comments that you have dropped right there. If we do have more comments right this morning, we shall also be able to sample. Those who are catching us live on YouTube, we do appreciate you, and we thank you very much for always following us wherever you always follow us from. And Awusa Fredox is one of the ardent followers of Westnile Television, Kokoliriko show, and we do not take you for granted, and we always thank you also for sharing your thoughts with us in regards to the opinion poll questions that we always drop for you each and every time before we start the show, Kokoliriko show. Well, for those who are catching us live on their bigger screens, wherever you might be catching the show live from, we do apologize that we are not able to get your feedback, but we are working around the clock to see how we can really have you also part of this show in as far as participating in the opinion poll is concerned. So we are improvising means to have you also captured in regards to your thoughts in as far as the opinion poll questions that we always post for you is really concerned. And so remember yesterday the IGG, that is none other than Betty Olive Kamia, ordered for the arrest of the Arua Regional Referral Hospital health workers who were reported to have extorted money from the expectant mothers who go for delivery at Arua Regional Referral Hospital. And I have been told that this money, they use the terminology that this is for liquid soap, this is for Omo, for really cleaning the maternity wing of Arua Regional Referral Hospital. I do not know whether Arua Regional Referral Hospital does not really budget for such detergents to be used to clean up the maternity wing that we do have right here at Arua Regional Referral Hospital. This issue of extortion might not be only here in Arua Regional Referral Hospital. It might also be in other health facilities that we do have. Not only health facilities, at different public offices that we do have in this country, Uganda. And for your information, one had an issue that came boldly during this corruption baraza yesterday at Arua city here, is the issues to do with the recruitment exercise that is ongoing at Arua city authority. And so the people were able to accuse the people who are in charge of the recruitment of the workers here at Arua city for really picking bribes and also shortlisting people basing on tribe, basing on friendship, basing on that is religion. And so the Inspector General of Government, Betty Olive Kamia, says that she's going back and her dogs will be able to come and sniff around and find the real facts on ground, and those that will be found culpable of involving themselves in such dubious act, they will be dealt with. And do not forget the names of some public officers here in Arua city and also other government ministries, departments and agencies that have appeared in regards to refunding money they corrupted back to the government of the Republic of Uganda through the Inspectorate of Government. And so remember, the lifestyle audit is still on, and also declaration of wealth is also still on. And so the public officers have been urged to declare their wealth, and so that they are able to really go slow when it comes to utilization of a public fund in a wrong way. And so the IGG is encouraging the public officers to declare their wealth. If not, they will be dealt with seriously. Dear viewer, you have to know that 9 minutes to 8:30 a.m. here on Westnile Television. Allow me to tell you that we still have more for you this morning, that you need to know that Western leaders are really busy preparing for the coming of the President of the Republic of Uganda, and today is the start of the Holy Week, the Triduum, the 4 days to Easter, and tomorrow will be public holiday, and that will mark the start of the Easter holiday. And for some public officers, it will be Christmas for them, because if they break tomorrow for Easter holiday, on Saturday is the Holy Saturday, on Sunday is Easter Sunday, Monday is Easter Monday, 11th on Tuesday the President is here, and that is holiday for them. And then also 12th on Tuesday, on Wednesday, that is also another holiday for them. Those in Moyo Madisab region, on Thursday the President is in Obongi, another holiday for them. So I think some public officers are busy celebrating that they're going to have a very long week. When the President is in the corner, you have not to sit in your office and pretend that things are okay. You have also to come out like turtles, and also like crocodiles as well. And you sniff around. You get to understand the atmosphere that is surrounding you in regards to issue of PDM. And so the public officers, make sure that you do your part so that you are not implicated. Remember, the State House Anti-Corruption Unit always move after the President has visited an area, and so they always move around to pick those that have been accused in regards of failing to do their part in regards to delivering services to the people. 7 minutes to the top to 8:30 a.m. here on Westnile Television. My name is Denis Allow me to thank you and appreciate you very much for being with us up to this particular time. And for those who will continue to drop their comments. We shall also be able to highlight your comments using our social media handles that we do have for you. And do not forget to follow the programs today, Thursday. The programs will be following right there. And so do not forget that we shall also be able to bring for you the stories in regards to the coming of the President of the Republic of Uganda, some of the farms that have been identified and that will be visited. And do not forget, if you're an entrepreneur, you deal in value addition, please, you're one of the investors that we have in this region. There is a tent that has been set aside for you to exhibit what you do deal in. And so get in touch with the officials of Uganda Investment Authority who are here in the region trying to get the list, and get in touch with the resident city commissioner of your district, of your city. Get in touch with the resident district commissioners of your district and get registered. And I have been told that 5 entrepreneurs from each district should be registered for the exhibition of the products that they are dealing in, the kind of business that they are dealing in. So I believe that it will be transparent enough in identifying those who are supposed to be part of the exhibitors during the president's visit right there. So more we shall be able to bring to your attention. And I will not forget to tell you that the delegates who will be coming to meet the president here in Arua, coming from different districts, your district will be given 9 million each, and that will be from will be given on 11th. So you have to know this. And then Arua City will be given 24 million for feeding the Wananchi on 12th, who will be coming to listen to the President of the Republic of Uganda. And those who will be in charge of this money, we need transparency, and we do not want these issues where people begin accusing you of stealing public fund, money meant for feeding people. And some people who, if they talk after that money, you will not feel good. So let us be transparent enough and do the needful, and we welcome and listen to the President as he will be able to deliver messages in regards to wealth creation and shared prosperity so that our lives can change. Have the best of your morning. I'm out of here. Catch me again tomorrow for the Friday edition. And remember, Good Friday is tomorrow, and so there will be a Way of the Cross in different corners of the city, in your area, in your district. I urge you to join the rest of the Christians as we commemorate the suffering and the death and the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. And we start the day today with the Mundi Thursday, Holy Thursday. And for those who will be able to take part in the Mass that will be celebrated in the evening, make sure that you take part. It is good to pray together, and it's good to commemorate these days together as we grow together in faith, as we always pray to our Almighty to continue to bless us and also provide for our needs, because we have to look for the needs in order for us to survive. Less of that, life becomes very hard in regards to surviving on this planet Earth. Without money, life is not easy. And we pray for the Lord to give us that strong belief that things can change. Tomorrow can be different. And we can change our tomorrow when we are committed and we are hard-working people. Let me say thank you very much, my producer, your belated birthday. Happy birthday to Aldo Manano. It is a belated birthday celebration, but we have never cut the cake here at Westnile Television, and I believe that maybe we shall be able to cut the cake next week, when you will be able to get the money for buying the cake. Well, for me, mine will be in June, and I will also be able to tell you that it is my birthday. And for those who love me, I will also be waiting for your gift as well. And thank you very much. Have the best of your morning. My camera person, the Zone Pro, we thank you very much for always connecting me with the people who are always tuned to Westnile Television each and every morning. And we do appreciate very much as well the management of Westnile Television for providing the platform where we share with you on the issues that we have in our country, right from Westnile up to the national issues, and also getting to you the international headlines that we always bring to your attention and what is happening in the world of sports, as Lovely together with that is Benson and Lady Susie do bring to your attention every Monday through Saturday from there over 2 to 3 in the sport hour right there. And do not forget, today's Thursday, the Shuku Shuku edition will also be coming through with us and the Big Brother and Fifi Hafi and DJ Mosh dropping it right for you there in the world of celebrity and also entertainment. 7 p.m. in the evening, we shall be able to have our Nilecast News Hour that comes your every Monday through Monday with Christine Okumuringa. But for these days, I will be sitting in for her because she's taken up by the official duty right there. And do not forget Apinaka Vako 99 from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he makes you smile before you go to rest. And do not forget, we always also cater for those who work in the night, and as Western Television, we are 24/7 on, and we cater for those who work in the night as well by giving you those inspirational music that we always play for you. Till morning, that we pick up from there as Kokoliriko show crew that we discuss with you. Thank you. Have the best of your morning. God bless you.
Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
Get more for less on Star Times this Easter season. Cartoon channel for best children entertainment. New global series. Local drama on Makula TV and football all